Hi guys! I have once again a beautiful orchid blooming and I had to make a video to share this with you. This is a new coelogyne hybrid. It's a cross between coelogyne usitana and coelogyne salmonicolor. It was registered 1 year ago on July 2014 by Marei Karge-Liphard, the owner of the orchid nursery Orchideengarten Karge in Germany. I like that nursery a lot and I have several orchids from them. One beautiful thing I like to mention is that when she registered this orchid, she named it after her father, Joachim. So this orchid is called Coelogyne Orchideengarten Joachim. And it's a beautiful flower, as you can see, isn't it? Both parents of this cross are warm-growing coelogynes, and we can clearly see their influence on this plant. This is a sequential bloomer, very similar to Coelogyne usitana, which makes one bloom at a time from a pendant spike. And while one bloom is open, the next one is already getting ready. The flower itself reminds me more of the pollen parent, Coelogyne salmonicolor. It has the same thin upper lip petals that they point upwards like antennae, and sometimes they even cross each other above the flower. And I have heard that this is something that the pollen parent does sometimes. The color of the petals is lighter than Coelogyne salmonicolor, but not quite as white as Coelogyne usitana. It's more of like between these two. And the lip is darker than Coelogyne salmonicolor, but otherwise very similar, and it's adorned with fuzzy brown hairs. It's quite cute. I got this plant last year and it was already blooming size, but it's still quite young and it will grow more. But as you see, it's not a big orchid. I have to see how it will be like in some years from now, if it has grown more. I got one of the first of this cross. When I bought it, I knew the parents, but we didn't know yet how the flowers were going to be, because this was a new hybrid. This cross is not too big, but in a few years maybe it will be bigger. I think it's nevertheless smaller than Coelogyne usitana. The flowers are very pretty. It has another bloom developing there. It's a beautiful flower. This is not considered a fragrant orchid, but it has a very mild scent. It smells a little like freshly cut grass mixed with oat flakes. You know, when you buy a box of oat flakes and you open the box and you breathe that nice oat flake smell, this flower smells a little like that, if you put your nose very close to it. But it's such a mild fragrance that I could not call this a fragrant orchid. Last year, when it bloomed, the flowers were smaller than this one. This is visibly larger. Sometimes an orchid's first blooms are smaller, but they make bigger flowers as they grow older. This orchid is very easy to care for. It needs plenty of water and high humidity. If you grow your orchids in a greenhouse, it will love it, but it can be easily grown in a windowsill. It can benefit from a humidifier if the air gets dry. It blooms every time a new pseudobulb is starting to develop, and it will make the first bloom before the leaves. The flower spikes get longer with time, with each bloom, and it will become pendant, and it makes one flower at a time. I took some pictures of last year's first bloom, so I will share this with you in this video so you can see how the buds develop. As you can see, it first grows a spike that is a bloom, and the leaves start to grow slowly and develops two buds. The first one will become pendant, and the second one will get larger and larger, and it will open first, and while the other one develops. Look how beautiful the lip is. It has brown hairs and the borders are quite white, and inside the lip there is a nice mesh pattern. Our summer was very rainy, and the air humidity at our balcony was between 70 and 90%. It was very moist, and this orchid clearly enjoyed it a lot. I repotted it in the spring, and the bulbs were very shriveled after that. It didn't like the repotting. Then I decided to give it the media top dressing of sphagnum moss. The orchid liked it so much. It grew nicely and the pseudobulbs got quite plump once again. This summer I started making two new pseudobulbs, the one that's blooming and another one that can be seen already. This new one will make a flower spike too. The first bloom can already be seen growing on top. If you live in Europe, you might be able to get one of these. I don't know if they are available elsewhere, because this is a new hybrid and it has been made in Germany. If you can't find it but you want something similar, you might try Coelogyne usitana or salmonicolor, or maybe Coelogyne speciosa, which is quite similar to salmonicolor. They are all warm growing and easy to care for. Usually these warm growing coelogynes are much easier to care for than the cold growings like Coelogyne cristata. In my experience, this orchid is not fussy at all. And I have liked it so much. Every time it's growing a pseudobulb, I know it will bloom too. And it's so nice. I'm so happy I got this one. What about you? Do you have warm growing coelogynes? What do you think of this one? Just let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video and you will feel like adding a coelogyne to your collection. So give it a thumbs up if you like it and subscribe for more. Have a very nice day. Bye bye.